everyone, it's Sam back with another creative team video, and I'm carrying on my theme of Christmas. To be honest with you, I think this might be a theme that carries on right the way through till the end of December, maybe. We'll see. But today I'm going to show you how I've made this specimen card. So it's very simple but really effective, and this can go in your journal. You can put tape around the outside and use it as a shaker decoration, like for one of your scrapbook layouts. Almost anything you can think. You could punch a hole in it and put seam binding through it, etc., and use it as a tag. Lots of things you could use this for, but mine are going to go in my journal. So I've done some of the prep, but not all of it. So I'm going to put this one to one side. So to start with, I've got a piece of cardstock, and I'm using the beautiful Deck the Halls by Cocoa Vanilla Studio. As you know, they're one of my favourite manufacturers. So I'm using their Christmas collection this year. And I cut a piece of cardstock which was 8 inches long by 4 inches wide. I folded it at the 4-inch mark, and I've gutted it to leave a frame that's about 1/2 inch in width. So when you fold it, you get this card with the square in the middle. And then to make the shaker, or to make the specimen card, the shaker card, whatever you want to call it, I've put some red tape around the inside edge of the opening, and that's going to hold the bits and pieces that I want to put in it. So the window I've made just using a piece of packaging, and all I'm going to do is, actually I'm going to do it that way, is just lay it on the card. Make sure that it sort of covers the tape, but obviously doesn't go right up to the edges. Now we're going to have to snip 2 sides, so I'm just going to cut one side. Ooh. And just cut that completely off and put that to one side, and then I'm just going to turn that round. And again, just make sure that it's covering the tape, but it isn't going all the way like up to the edge. And then I'm just going to cut the other side. Okay, we'll just move that out of the way. So what you end up with is a clear plastic window, and it opens on 2 sides. I'm not sure if you can see that, but it opens on 2 sides. So what I'm going to do, oh, I didn't get this out, sorry. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use one of the wreath die cuts to put it in the middle of the window, and I'm going to put it on the inside of the window. So all I'm going to do is just put a few swipes of my Herma glue. Okay, and I'm going to open, this is the tricky bit, getting this open. I'm going to open the envelope, put it sort of where you're going to stick it down, and then just slip the wreath inside and sort of position it where you want it, and then pop it down. Okay, so once that's done, you can just move it away from the card for a little bit. Now I'm going to put some sequins in mine to make it all nice, and this is where it gets a little bit tricky. So out comes my trusty red tape, and I'm going to, if I can, because it sticks very well, I'm going to put a line of it, without getting it stuck everywhere, up this was so easy when I wasn't filming it. Up one side of the opening, and then again across the top. Hopefully I'll get that on a bit better this time, along the top. So if you can get the tape as close into the corner as you can, which I'm not doing a very good job of. Oh dear. There you go. It doesn't matter again if it's not like right at the very top, but it needs to be reasonably at the top. So let me just double check that and move that out of the way, because that's getting stuck everywhere. So just let me double check that. So yeah, so that's fine. It's not great like the tape on the inside, but that's fine. So then what I'm going to do is I'm just going, if I can, I'm just going to peel the side bit off the red tape. Okay, she says pull it off, and then I'm just going to stick down that side. There you go, and just push it flat. Okay, so that's the window, 3/4, like with 3 of the 4 sides sealed. Ugh, that was a bit of a tongue twister. And then I've got these Christmassy sequins. I think, I'm not quite sure where I got these from. They're just from my stash. I've had sequins for years and I forget to use them, like a lot of other crafting things. So I'm just going to open my pocket and just pop some sequins in. Again, it's up to you how many you put in or you don't put in. And you can add glitter in with this. I'm not going to this time. I'm literally just going to add the sequins. But you could add glitter if you wanted to. It'd have to be a bit of a chunky glitter rather than a thin, like fine glitter like I normally use. So hence why I'm not using glitter, because that tends to just coat everything. And then with a bit of luck I can peel the red tape off and just seal the top like so. There you go. I've got a few errand sequins there. Okay, so that basically is the window that's going to go in my specimen card, and that is going to go like that. So what I'm going to do now, if I can, is I'm just going to if I can get the sequins sort of into the middle a little bit, so that they're not all covered. So it's quite easy if you just get them in one area and then move them down. If you can't manage to do that, don't worry, it's not an issue. But if you can, then that's much better. So again, I'm gonna peel the red tape, like the red covering off. Okay, just peel it all off. Da, da, da. And don't let it get stuck to your fingers. Okay, and just make sure that if you've got like a design like this one, this one's got the house design on it, just make sure that you're putting your window in the right way round. You don't want an upside down window to a pattern that's the opposite way, if that makes sense. So just going to pop that down, and then I'm going to make sure that my wreath is in the middle, and then just pop it down. And this is why sort of I'm saying about getting the sequins in the middle as well. Like, it doesn't matter if they go over the frame a little bit. Another errand sequin. Okay, now I'm gonna then use a combination. I'm gonna double stick So I'm going to, if I can, I'm then going to put another layer of red tape around. I'm sorry if my head's getting in the way. I can't. So, but hopefully you can see what I'm doing. So this just ensures that everything's held together, and the glue basically glues the edges down. So you could do this all with red tape if you wanted to make sure that the edges stick properly and stick down firmly, or you can do it like I'm doing and just using the red tape and a bit of glue, or you could just use glue. It really does not matter. It's whatever your preference is. I'm just going to cut that off. It's whatever your preference is. So I just wanted to make sure, if you've been watching some of my video or most of my videos, you know that I don't like anything to fall apart. So for me, using red tape again is a fail-safe. And again, we're just going to peel off the red plastic from the tape. I do like this tape, but I don't like getting the plastic cover off. It's not easy. Okay, so we're just going to take that off. Come on. Oh, it is coming off, honest. It's just taking a bit of persuading. There you go. And then the last one. Just, if you can't get the tape off, then just push it down again. Make sure it's stuck down fast. You could use a knife. That's it, I've got it. You could use a knife to get in between it if you can't pick it up. But this is behaving today and I've managed to do it. So I'm just going to then go round the edges with my stick it all glue, and just to make sure that everything sticks down really well. There you go. So there you go. And of course, when you're putting your glue on, you don't want to go into the window bit where you're going to see it. So I'm going to just pop that back on, and then you can fold it over. And this is when you see that it looks like a specimen card. So there you see. So a specimen card basically is just a clear window. Ordinarily, if I'd had another one of the wreaths, I would have put that on the back, so it didn't matter which way you flicked it, you could see a wreath, but I'm not overly fussy about that. So I'm just going to push along the edges. And then I just want to decorate it a little bit. So I've got some more of the die cuts from the Deck the Halls, and I'm just going to pop them sort of there. Right, let me move those out of the way. So again, if you're going to decorate the outside, it's probably a good idea if you have either a slightly bigger outside, or you have a slightly smaller window. But I couldn't get anything to go in the smaller bit of the window, so this potentially could cover some of my wreath and sequins, but that's fine. I'm not overly fussed about that. So I'm just gonna take off all the tops for this. Okay, that's got them. And then I'm just going to stick that there. Just make sure that's all on. Yeah, that's all on. And then just to finish it off, I'm going to put one of my Christmas wax seals. I've got this beige one with trees and snowflakes and a moon. And I've got one of the 3M stickers on the back. And I'm just going to peel that off. And I'm just going to pop it up on this top corner, just to finish it off. So there you go. That is how to make 2 specimen cards. And one thing I didn't mention on this one is obviously I've used a corner rounder just to make it look a little bit neater. And these, like I said, you can stick these straight down into your journal. You can put some washi tape on one side and make them flip. You can add them to a scrapbook layout to give a little bit more interest. You can use them in a number of ways. So I hope that's given you another idea to go on your Christmas layouts and your Christmas journals. And thank you for watching. Until next time. Bye.